And we are live at 7:29 p.m.
Like always.
Exactly, because we like coming on a smidge early, waiting for you all to show up.
That is, in fact, what we do.
Exactly.
Hey.
Is that Facebook reminding us that we're about to go live?
Facebook just reminded you that we're doing a live stream tonight. Hey, did you know that we're doing a live stream tonight? Hey, everyone, did you know that we're doing a live stream tonight?
It's at this point, there's still no one watching us.
Well, then, what shall we do?
Oh, I don't know. Talk amongst ourselves.
Oh, wait, there are people here now.
Excellent. They are the first people to arrive, the newcomers. Well, you like to talk, so why don't you give a little intro? Or are you going to take the little glass of water?
I love how you say that after I reach for the hydration.
That's why I said that. Like I thought you were reaching for your glass of water. I'm like, that was the perfect time for you to say something, right?
All right. Good evening, ladies, gents, non-binary folk, everything in between, and however you want to be included. Welcome. So this is our monthly free reading live stream. And for those of you who have watched us before and know how this goes, we have 10 slots. We do 10 readings per free reading live stream that we do. 9 of them are already booked. So if you would like to get a reading, speak now or forever hold the peace.
Perhaps you should go do the list of people who actually have signed up.
Yes, I will. I'm waiting for a few more people. Some of them have made their presence known already. Excellent. That makes me very happy. All right. So for the people that we have on the list this evening, we have Shauna Mae Sheldon, Laurel Rigelow, Laurie Smith, Misty Denson, Maria Milo, Renee Claude P. Talifer, I believe, Annie Kutermarsh, Sheila Olson, and Chelsea May. If I've pronounced any of your names incorrectly, I do apologize.
And the same rules apply. They apply for all the other times. Those who have signed up, you get first priority. We will go in the order that we have names accumulated. If you signed up for reading and don't show up, guess what we're going to do? We're going to give it away to somebody else.
That is always how it works, yes.
So for those who actually have not pre-booked a reading, we actually have 1 slot available. But we do carry a waiting list because, like I've said, every month we've done this, we've had some people who have signed up who then, for whatever reason, don't show up. And therefore, we get a few on the wait list every time who get their readings fulfilled, so to speak. So just because you're not on the initial thing doesn't mean you can't be read this evening.
So Lydia Collins, I saw you were the first comment I saw, so you have gotten in with the 10. Tara Faye Buster Vincent, you are the first on the waiting list. So like Dad just got finished saying, if there is anybody that is listed in our original 10 that does not show up for their reading space, you get their space. So we will see what happens.
Yes, and if we actually have all 10 of our pre-books show up, that'll be a first.
Well, we have 4 of them here so far, so let's start there.
Shall we start?
Yes. So let us start with Shauna Mae Sheldon, which Melissa has informed us that they are here.
Excellent.
So, Shauna Mae, what would you like this evening, and who would you like it from?
Yes. Everyone who's watching and who are not familiar with this, we have a series of decks that we use. Most people ask for tarot, but you don't have to have tarot. We also have oracle decks as well. For those of you who would like tarot, we both have our separate decks of dragon cards, our dragon tarot. I also have my relationship R-rated themed deck for those who would like to have relationship readings with a possible little R-rated flair to it.
And since it's so near to Valentine's, this could be a good night for it to stretch its relationship legs.
Exactly. And Red also has the Swiss 1-1J deck, which I often refer to as the Dark Shadows deck. For those of you who are familiar with that old Gothic soap opera Dark Shadows from the 60s, because this is the deck that they actually used in that show. So I was able to get a copy of one of those decks a long time ago. This deck doesn't even exist. This deck went out of print like 50 years ago. So it's nice to have save that. I got in a deck like that for you. Also, for those who are not interested in tarot, I also have about a half a dozen different oracle decks, 4 different kinds of dragon oracles, plus dream oracle, plus archangel oracle, if you wanted to try that. But it's obviously it's your choice. You could have Red be the primary, myself be the primary, both of us, whatever. If you are going to have tarot, we ask a few things to hopefully just save some time through the comments, because unfortunately there's a bit of delay factor with what we're saying right now on Facebook. So ask when it is your turn, let us know in the comment section which person you would like to be the primary person to be your reader, which deck you would like, and if you are choosing tarot, we ask you for a number, anything between 1 to 78, 78 cards being in the tarot. Unless you ask for Red Swiss 11J deck, that actually has 80 cards. So you get to pick between the numbers 1 and 80. And basically the number you're choosing, you are choosing the starting position of the deck for your reading. And then if you have a question, please ask that as well. If you don't have a question, that's fine. Just say, no question, just want a general reading. Is that about? Did I cover everything?
You did cover everything. And on that note, Shauna May has made her choice. She would like general, both of us, and the number 4.
Okay. And she did not choose a deck, so should we just go with Dragon Tarot on that one?
I think that's a good place to start.
Okay. So why don't we start with your deck tonight?
Okay.
All right. Let me get my cards out of the way here.
He is the card dealer and shuffler. He's much better at it.
This was already pre-shuffled.
Yes.
So we
did that.
Right. So we are going right with number 4 right now. So we're going to do a 3-card general reading. Let's see what we have here. All right. And you've got the ability to switch the camera over to the card.
Yes, bring the cards a bit more center.
Yes, I can see the.
Yes.
I didn't get a chance to actually work with this camera ahead of time. So
shall I do the flippy flip?
Go for it. Do the flippy flip.
Flippy flip. Here.
Actually, yeah, let me do this. Yes, out of the way of the banner, out of the way of the mouse. Okay, so what we have here is a failure to communicate. I'm sorry, it's Cool Hand Luke.
Yes, it is.
We have the inverted 8 of Wands. We have the regular facing number 2, the High Priestess, and the regular facing 3 of Coins. So element-wise, fire, earth. The High Priestess is kind of like that's really kind of element amorphous. So,
yep.
And then we have for numbers 8, 2, and 3. Add them up, you get 13, turning into a 4.
You're very good at this numerology stuff, you know.
Well, she picked the number 4, so I'm kind of like so the numbers are with her.
Yes, I know.
Alrighty. So, even though this is inverted, we'll bring the card a little closer to the camera. And you see here a nice dragon leaving the distant castle, his home, and following this rather interesting stream here. It's a fire card. That's what Wands is for. Wands is for fire. But as you can see, there's a mixture of fire and water. Fire and water's elements don't necessarily mix very well. Depending upon how they're used, it can be quite dangerous since water puts fire out. This card to me is an indication of a, shall we say, an interesting path, leaving the home port, leaving behind what is familiar to follow a very unfamiliar course, which can actually be a little treacherous. And the fact of there you are, dragon, with all your fire, you're following the course of a river. You possibly make a misstep and you can actually go into that water and your fire goes out. And that you definitely don't want to see. But as you notice, as the further you go down, it gets less and less meandering and the wider it gets. So the course is the hardest to follow at the very beginning. And the further you go, the easier it becomes. A new adventure. Very interesting new adventure. And then the High Priestess, basically saying that this is essentially, well, for lack of a better phrase, it's kind of like what you're supposed to do. Like what you're kind of like meant to do. The power of the High Priestess is something which you don't realize what you have yet. but it's coming out. It's starting to come. But the Three of Coins brings a little closer here. The little picture here of the dragon walking in the woods here. Not lost, by the way.
No, the dragon knows where the dragon is going.
The dragon knows, but the thing is, this also is the indication of a journey of where it's only in the middle, not anywhere near conclusion. So it's fun to basically say that, hey, one day I'm going to be this powerful high priestess. And that may be very well true. But right now, you're just on the learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
But the path initially starts very unclear and very, very uncertain. But the further you go, the easier it becomes. This is a dragon with a purpose.
Yes. And I also love the Eight of Wands as a card because it's one of those cards that marries those two signs that are opposite, that are honestly seen very much as opposite a lot of the time. Fire and water. Wands lighting your way, but you are following the stream. And this is the whole thing where fire and water are not always opposite. Sometimes they can, in fact, work in tandem.
Mm-hmm.
So even though things are not clear, doesn't mean you're not going in the right direction. Do you have anything else?
I've said my bit, and I think you have too. So I would say, Shauna May, do you have, having heard this, do you have a specific question you'd like to ask now?
Or any clarification that you need? Here, I'm going to flip back to us here for a moment.
Okay.
And then Melissa says, she's going to her Grammy's house for 6 months. First time from home for that long. She's going with my mother, who's very, very controlling. We've been teaching Shauna to voice herself.
Interesting. Definitely, you're on the right path. And the fact of, I can see why the whole mixture of fire and water here is effective. Yeah, not quite sure where this is going to go.
Mm-hmm.
But again, remember the purpose. Ultimately, the High Priestess card was the one in the middle, as opposed to the one at the end. Sandwiched between the pathway, which is kind of like, well, it could be fun, but it could possibly be treacherous. And the other pathway card of the fact of, I'm clearly, I'm in the middle of my journey, but I know where I'm going. So I'm just kind of like enjoying the scenery as I walk through the woods here, so to speak. The ultimate end goal is, yes, the High Priestess. So yes, don't ever lose the fact of you have that power to be the High Priestess. And it becomes free will for you to use it or not.
We all have a High Priestess.
Right. Develop it or not. As opposed to, someone else basically saying, you shouldn't. No. Yeah, you like the. Did I ever do that to you, by the way?
Yes. I think I bit your finger once. I think that was the last time you did that.
Well, if you bit my finger, it would have been the last time, yes. I don't remember that.
I do. It was a Christmas Eve.
Oh, brother. Alrighty.
Well, Shauna May, if you are good with that, then we are going to move on to another person on our list here. So the next person that I saw that has so Maria, hi. We are using StreamYard to broadcast. StreamYard is a really, really cool function. What is StreamYard?
StreamYard, it is a streaming software similar to Zoom, but not, because it's a different company. But
yes, it's less about meetings and more about actual live streaming.
Right. Zoom is more about like, if you can do a class or something like that. StreamYard is something which is mostly on the cloud. So like, we sign up for things like that. We actually have almost no software to download. But it's really meant for live streaming like this, where you can basically, you can use this software, use this program to, be more, I don't know, what's the word I'm trying to say? It works better, shall we say. it's like it syncs with so many other things. Like right now, we're live on our Facebook, we're live on our YouTube.
Yes, we're live in a bunch of places all at the same time. It's
Not to
really
mention,
cool.
we actually shared the link for the video at a whole bunch of other Facebook pages, so they literally can watch this from other Facebook pages. They don't necessarily have to be on ours. So from that regards, it's a lot more versatile to use, I think.
And so Maria, while we have your attention, you're up.
Maria is up.
Maria is one of the people that has made themselves known
Excellent.
when I called attendance earlier. So we're going.
So we're yes, we'll go. She's here. It is your turn. So ask your question. Ask which deck you'd like, which person, your number. If you want to play Oracle cards, we'll get into that if you want to do that. Because unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your point of view, Oracle decks are all over the place. So like I said, I've got half a dozen different Oracle decks. Each deck has a different number of cards in them because they all have very very different themes, and they are very, very different from tarot. It's like I also do cartomancy. I read from playing cards.
Okay.
So they're very different. Anyway.
So yes, Maria, you are up. So if you missed Dad's big spiel before, if you would like a tarot reading, please pick the reader that you would like, or both of us, the deck that you would like, and a number between 1 and 78 for us.
She wants to go Oracle.
Ooh, okay.
All righty.
Well, that's gonna be you then, bruh.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have a question that you'd like to use? Again, the Oracle decks I have 4 different, they're very different, by the way, Dragon Oracle decks. I also have a Dream Oracle and an Archangel Oracle. And I'll just tell you how I use these things is I usually use them I mix them up. For people who actually want to use the Dragon Oracles, I actually will draw like different cards from different decks. Just because, again, the themes of the decks are very different. So
that is true.
Let me go grab these suckers. They're all right here.
And for anybody that was wondering, Sound Guy is here.
I am here.
Da, 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 da.
In case anyone was concerned, like, Melissa or something. Maria says, mix them.
All right. I guess she has no question to ask.
Question has not come through yet. If one does, I will let you know.
Then I am going to. All right. Give me.
Here we go. Maria says, my question is about where my life is going.
All right, Maria, give me a number. Any flipping number you want.
Any flipping number will do.
Yeah, any flipping number will do. Since we're gonna play a little Oracle game here.
Are we playing Oracle Roulette?
Yeah, pretty much. I think of them all in the boxes here.
Meow. There's a cat here now.
The cat is here meowing. Well, that's a good sign.
Yeah, we like him. Still wait.
Laura was having technical difficulties. She's trying to get in right now.
Okay.
I'm trying to help her.
It's okay. It's all good.
All right, number for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Maria, pick a number, any number.
What's the comment say?
I've been told I'm meant to be a healer, and this year has turned
12.
everything upside down in terms of career, where I'm living, love life, etc.
Okay.
Yes, and the number shall be 12.
Number shall be 12. 1 and 2 make 3. Number of love. All right, there's 1. Sorry, it's a little bit of a cumbersome process here dealing with all these other decks here, but we'll get there. Tell a joke.
I mean, there are 2 jokes on screen right now.
Live from New York, it's Saturday night.
Live from New Hampshire, it's Thursday. That doesn't have the same ring.
No.
We don't even have a house band.
No, we just have a sound man.
No, I know. We don't have a Don Pardo, unfortunately.
We occasionally have a Vanna White.
I was gonna say that we'd be like the old Saturday Night Live and have Chevy Chase and do a quick little fall.
Mom would kill you if Chevy Chase ever set foot in this house. Mom is not a huge Chevy Chase fan.
As talented as he was, apparently he was not a very nice guy. Alrighty.
Oh, there is more from Maria here. Maria says, I was in the middle of changing careers, then COVID hit, and now not sure what I should do and where I should live. Definitely bring them more this way. All right, I will
Okay,
flip.
hang on. All right, so
Okay.
one of these boxes is stuck. Hang on a minute here.
I hate it when my box gets
And then Maria also says, I was living in California and moved out of my place and now temporarily in New Hampshire. Well, the thing about New Hampshire, as someone who was born and raised here, sometimes once you move to New Hampshire, you never leave. Isn't that right, Dad?
Oh, dear God.
Is that what that's supposed to mean?
Well, have you ever left?
Yeah.
You've never moved out of New Hampshire.
Moved out of New Hampshire.
Yeah, no, you're stuck here.
You didn't specify. You just asked if you ever left.
Yeah, I mean, I've left. I go to work in Boston every day, so of course I.
Oh my gosh. The men in this room want to be very literal.
Well, we're men.
We have to be literal.
Yeah.
Oy.
I mean, someone here's got to be.
All right. Bad jokes aside. All right. So Maria, this is from these cards are from 3 different Dragon Oracle decks. We have here number 7. I'm not sure if you can read it. It says adversary. I'm sorry, adversity. I can't read my own card. Adversity. We have the triple-headed dragon basically on this weird kind of a cart structure, because essentially it's synonymous with the chariot, by the way.
Yes.
With the whole concept of, yes, adversity. Yeah. Well, that kind of essentially refers to your point of your own question, the fact of, yeah, things have sucked. And you're just kind of tired, and it's just like, yeah. Like you said, you middle of changing careers, then COVID hit, not sure what you do now, and then you went to be a healer. Everything's turned upside down, where you're living, love life, etc. Yeah, adversity has hit you, and not just the COVID bug. All right, we totally get that. Second card here, it just says thoughts. You have the airborne white dragon, dragon of purity, dragon of clarity, dragon of air. This is thoughts, the whole concept, the flying dragon. This is for the element of air, which is for the logic. And, and in addition to the fact of, okay, free flying dragon, it's really nice. You see, there's no other dragons in this. There's no other creatures in this card. This is just a dragon flying in the clouds. The ultimate chance for you to be alone with your thoughts. Let your free will ride and just kind of go. Enjoy the clarity, enjoy the independence, and the fact of, okay, allowing yourself to step out of your body, your adversity, and kind of go, as much as what you've been through sucks, and yeah, it has, is also allowing you I hate to say the phrase because it sounds really corny, but the opportunity to actually see what it's like because of the crap you've been going through. And the fact of, it's sometimes we learn the most when things bad happen to us, or the fact of we don't learn from our successes, we learn from our failures. And granted, it sounds like, you really didn't screw things up. You didn't, it's like the earth kind of like went against you. Okay. Totally get that. But now that this has happened, rather than essentially wallowing in the mire and self-pity about this, kind of going, all right, now here's my chance to really figure out and be purified. Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? In this last card, number 30, the dragon named Delphine. This is the dragon for healing, if you want it. That's the whole point behind this. This is not just a card that says, here, I'm the healer, I will heal you. No. This is the, I am here to heal you, but you have to want to be healed. Because if you don't, I'm not going to do a damn thing for you. Number 30, by the way, 10 times 3 back to the emotion of love. You had basically said your love life was all kind of out of whack too. Well, is that because of what was happening externally or internally? Yeah, I'm throwing a lot of questions at you, by the way. And no, they're not really meant for you to answer.
They're there for you to contemplate.
Yes, and if you want to answer them, feel free. But that's not the point of these things. You actually asked the question of, where are we going with all of this? Because this just kind of says, all right, the reiteration of the bad stuff, yeah. The whole idea of, okay, it gives me different perspective. Okay, I'm down with that. Now the whole point of Delphine, heal or be healed. Do you accept the power to be healed? Oh, you say you've done a lot of healing this year. So you put a comment up there.
Yes, Maria says, I've done a lot of healing this year also.
Well, that's good to hear. So now I'm going to pull out my 4th Dragon Oracle deck.
Bum, bum, bum.
Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. And this one, by the way, is actually more akin to the Archangel Oracle. This is more of a dragon version of that deck, but this is also kind of an elemental and color deck. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Number 12 on this one, and we have the crowding card here, the Golden Solar Dragon. Now this is actually very interesting. It says before we had all this stuff about healing. What it says here on the card, it says helps you to stand in your masculine power with wisdom. The card here, this is the color for the element of fire. And the idea of especially the strongest fire being Aries. Aries in regular tarot would be the Emperor. Has a tendency of representing that what's referred to as stereotypical male energy.
There's someone that likes me and I like him in California.
Interesting. Stereotypical male energy is also for independence and for leadership. And I say stereotype because, after all, being a leader has got nothing to do with actually being male or female or any other gender for that matter. But I think it's just referred to as stereotypical male energy because we all have male, we all have female energy within us. The question is how much and how do we use it? The card also says, let your DNA be reprogrammed and light codes activated. Become an inspired leader. Now, if you feel you're already leading, then it's basically a reference to an aspect of leadership that you're actually not doing already. Being a healer is one thing, but the thing is, have you done so much healing of others that you haven't healed yourself? Maybe it's also a little bit of inspiration and the fact of, okay, you have said that, you want things to go. What was the phrase? What did she say? She actually had someone in California.
Yes, there is someone that has feelings for her, and she has feelings for in California, which is a bit long distance when you're in New Hampshire.
Right, but the New Hampshire thing is temporary, unless it's by what you say. Because once you're in New Hampshire, you can never leave. It's like the Roach Motel, or it's like the Eagle Song Hotel, California. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think what these cards are really more referencing is the fact of, okay, if you are the type of person that can essentially put the behind in your past, shall we say.
Maria says, I'm healing, but I don't feel that I am at that inspirational level yet. And that's okay.
Yeah.
This is a journey.
Mm-hmm.
It's not all going to happen in one fell swoop here.
But you also have the power to overcome the earthbound crap that you've been thrown at it. You have to go back to California. Yes, you do. That is actually, that is very, very true. The color essentially is saying that as well. I mean, the fact of California is considered the golden state, correct?
I believe so.
Yeah. The golden solar dragon. Another reference to basically going back to California.
See, I'm not up to date on what every state is. So you could tell me that the California is the hippo state, and I would be like, cool.
But yeah, you're in the state of confusion, right?
Yes. Anything else, or shall I flip back to our faces?
Yeah, you can flip back to the faces at this point.
All right.
So, yeah, don't get as much call for the Oracle decks, but it's kind of
no. But when you bring them out, they're nice.
They're well. I love the artwork in these decks. Plus, the thing is, I've learned actually not to just use one of them because they all have different versions. You know, one's called Dragon Path, one's called Dragon Wisdom, one's is called Dragon Oracle, and then what's the name of the other one here? Imperial Dragon Oracle. So they all have their different. They all have their different bases, and like you mix them together, and it's just the fact of you get this really interesting combination of.
Maria says, "Love your readings. Thank you very much. We do try to be accurate, but also entertaining."
Does that
yes.
make you the Dragon Daddy?
What was that?
Does that make you the Dragon Daddy?
Oh wow.
I'm not going to go there.
It's going to be a night. So, Maria, unless you have any other clarifying questions that he could answer for you, we are going to move on to our next person, which is Laurel. And I know that Laurel is here. I saw Laurel in the comment. I know you're here.
Say hi, Laurel.
Hi, Laurel. No, wait, you weren't talking to me, were you?
And pick a number between. Oh, I guess she has to pick a deck. You have to pick a deck.
So the sound man is doing a very poor explanation of what.
This is why we don't let him on camera very often.
Yeah, and we don't let him talk all that much either, do we?
Yeah, no.
I have a great face for radio.
So Laurel, we have Dragon Tarot, Sexual Magic Tarot. We have the Swiss 1/1J deck, better known as the Dark Shadows deck, and we also have a bunch of Oracle decks, as you just saw. So if you are wanting a tarot reading, excuse me, if you are wanting a tarot reading, you will need to pick one of our decks and one or both of us to read for you, and a number between 1 and 78. Unless you pick the Dark Shadows deck, in which case between 1 and 80.
Maria had one final thing that she said. Throw up her comment real quick. Wondering if there was any input for your love life and where that's going.
Well, back to California, it sounds like, for one.
Oh my. She wouldn't perchance being a Scorpio.
If you're a Scorpio, Maria, let us know.
That'd be funny as all hell, because what I just drew for a random, not so random card.
Ah, interesting.
Mm-hmm. What I did when I saw your last comment, I put the Oracle decks away. So what I did was my hand went toward my my tarot deck of sexual magic, and I drew the Queen of Chalices card, which doubles, by the way, for the sign of Scorpio. So I was kind of curious if that was you.
Maria is a Leo. All right, so Laurel has at least picked the deck and the number. All right, we got this.
Okay, I will just show this real quick. Quick. This is the quick wrap up for Maria. That's your picture. That's your love life, by the way. He's coming to you.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh.
Little quick clarifier there.
So,
all right. So on with Laurel now. What are we doing with Laurel?
Laurel would like sex magic and the number 55.
Okay, does she have a question?
Could use some help.
That's a question. Couldn't we all use some help?
Her sex magic life could use some help, I guess.
Okay.
Based on the way that that's phrased.
Watch me pull a rabbit out of. Oh wait, this is Family Show.
55, you said?
55, I said. Yes, it does sound like it's going to work out, Maria. We're rooting for you. We always root for you all.
Oh, yes. Well, by the way, we don't sugarcoat. So actually,
that is definitely true.
Because I mean, people have gotten bad cards during these readings, or negative things. And we basically we say what it is.
Oh, I was right. Laurel's sex magic life could use some work because Laurel just commented, "Nailed it."
Speaking about getting nailed.
Ooh, baby, ooh, baby. Let me here. I'll switch over.
Isn't that the point of the sex magic deck?
Well, it's not always. For those of you who are not familiar with this deck, it is R-rated, and so sometimes there's nudity. Not every card in here, by the way, is sexual. It is a minority of cards. I'm getting some glare here on this. So
there you go.
Better here.
That's better.
Okay, so we have here, before I do close-ups of these cards here, we have the Six of Swords, we have the Seven of Pentacles, and then we have the inverted King of Swords, also doubles as the Libra card. So I don't know if Libra has any specific relevance to that. And then we have 6 and 7. You add them together, you get 13. The death card number.
Mm-hmm.
Well, basically, time for change.
Laurel does not need a death card.
What was that?
Laurel does not need a death card.
Well, I mean, you know the death card doesn't refer to death. So.
No, I know.
Your love life. Okay, so Laurel basically says my love life, or my life, pretty much went boom in 2020.
Yes.
Yeah.
As in kaboom, I presume.
So for those of you who can't tell because of the sound man in the background who won't stop talking, sound man and Laurel are frenzies.
All right. Well, let's just look at this card here a little close up here. The Six of Swords card. Very, very physical card, as you can see here. Man and a woman laying down in the grass are really, really going at it. This is, I'm sorry, there are a series of cards in this deck which actually show physical sex going on. Some of them I refer to as love-making cards. And some of them I refer to as, well, screwing cards, where the physical aspect is more important than the emotional aspect of it. This card is a screwing card. Okay, so.
Yeah, I love how you gave that like beautiful speech about how they're all not sex cards, and then.
Well, I said the majority of them are, which is true.
I know, but I love how you made that you made that statement, and what the first one we get.
Well, she's. In fact, they're all kind of. In her case, they're all kind of physical cards. Which it's like, yeah, I'm making that speech, but that's also. Hey, she's the one who picked the bloody number, so it's her fault.
I know that.
Anyway, you have the physical card in the fact of, okay, I mean, if you maybe it's one of those things that with the fact of, well, you're feeling the physical urges, but I think this is more of a reference to the fact of what you had before. And maybe this is one of the reasons why it went kind of kaboom was the fact of it was predominantly physical. And hey, great sex is great sex.
We ain't here to judge that.
Exactly. But the whole point is that only gets you so far. Some people really need to have more than just that. That whole emotional bond that goes along with the physical aspect is sometimes more important than the actual physical act. But that's not necessarily shared by everybody. So it could very well be that you were one of those people that really needed to have more of that connection, and your partner was one that just really wanted to just get down and dirty, and that was all that they really needed. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles. Now this is a little different.
That's quite nice, actually.
Yeah, I mean this is kind of like.
I mean, they're all nice.
Well, I like the artwork anyway. But yeah, this is kind of like the aftermath of a lovemaking scenario, and the fact of, okay, now they're kind of cuddling, and they're sleeping or trying to sleep and all that, and indication of the fact of, okay, there's something more than just the physical aspect. And then we have the inverted King of Swords, which is kind of good that's inverted, because this is what it looks like from the face up. Granted, it is the Libra card, so I wasn't sure if Libra was a reference to anybody here. But this is an infidelity card from the regular face value. The fact of, there's the king, and there's the queen on the outside of the window looking in while he's about to be serviced by somebody else. So now the inverted position on this one, this basically looks to say that this is just all just bloody confusing. I mean, if you're asking about yourself, or if you're asking about somebody else, but again, it's the whole idea of, you wanted to see this deck. You say your life went kind of kaboom in 2020. It kind of says that from a relationship perspective, yeah, this whole thing here is a big flipping mess. You really don't know which way is up right now. And the fact of, you're not quite sure who to trust. And that's kind of the big issue right now. Did you trust the partner you were with? Do you trust the partner you're with now? If you have one, and this seems to be overall a very large, the whole idea of physical in this card, emotional in this card, and this one, infidelity, being granted inverted, but being the last card. It just kind of says that it's all flipping confusing. And then, of course, then your numbers, 6 and 7 making the dreaded number of 13, the death card. You're kind of at a crossroads right now, and you really don't know which way to turn.
You've needed more emotional support than you've been getting.
Chime in.
Well, physical stuff is great and sex is great and stuff, but at the end of the day, you need a healthy mix of both.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm getting here is she doesn't have enough of the emotional component that she is looking for.
Oh yeah, and then that's a given. But to the point where it's causing trust issues of, she doesn't know who to trust anymore. Can she actually get what she wants? Maybe not necessarily from the person she's with, but like going, can you actually get that from anybody in the future as well?
That is the question.
Mm-hmm. So
not one that can be answered this evening, though.
No, but the thing is, we were just basically saying how the fact that we don't sugarcoat, and sometimes people get kind of lousy cards. These are kind of lousy. I have to admit that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it kind of basically shows that your current state is kind of
not super great,
and kind of confused and not knowing where to turn to.
Sex sucked at the end. I'm kinky and he lied about being so profoundly. Yeah, you do also need to have that compatibility. If you're not kinky, why lie about it? I don't understand that.
Hang on a minute. How the hell do you lie about being kinky? Isn't it going to be like kind of obvious?
Yes, once you actually get into bed.
Yeah, it's just.
But anyway.
I guess that's a whole other question.
So, shall I flip back?
Yeah, go ahead and flip back.
All right. Hello. So, Laurel, unless you have any other questions / want any clarifications on anything, that is what we have for you. And while I wait a moment for you to respond, because I know that there's a delay, I'm going to do an attendance call again for the people that still have signed up, but I'm not sure if you are actually here.
Oh, and then we should do a commercial, I think, too.
Okay. So first we have Laurie Smith, Misty Denson, Renee Claude P. Talifer. Again, not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, so sorry. Annie Kudemarsh, Sheila Olson, Chelsea May, and now we have Lydia Collins at the end there who snagged up that last spot. And then we have 3 in our waiting room if people do not show. And the 3 in our waiting room are currently Tara Faye Buster Vincent, Rachel Duncan, and Melanie B. Thomas. So keep your peels eyed.
I was going to say, and a bunch of other people, they haven't checked in yet, so there's a good chance that our waiting room list is going to be getting the readings later on.
Sheila is here, so that's good. And I know that Chelsea's there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there's a few others who I've never seen check in. So
right. So based off of that, we're going to go with Sheila and Chelsea next.
But you're going to do a commercial first.
But I'm going to do a commercial
because you love
first.
doing those.
This is the part of the program where I magically transform into Vanna White minus the hair.
So put up the proper banner and begin.
Okay. Doodly-doo-doo-doo-doo. So hello. We are Lord Fafnir and Spawn Psychic Readers, and our website is currently on the screen, www.fafnirandspawn.com. You can also find us on Facebook at Lord Fafnir and Spawn Psychic Readers. Our website and our Facebook page are the best places to book services with us. On our Facebook page, we have a fancy schmancy Book Now button, which lists all of our services and our prices. And when you use it, you can also put yourself right into our calendar. It is very user-friendly and intuitive. You can also email us to book at fafnirandspawn@gmail.com. If you would like daily psychic wisdom, we also have an Instagram at Fafnir and Spawn where we do daily draws. So if you're looking for a little daily wisdom, you can follow us there. We also have a YouTube channel where we are live right now, as well as our Facebook page. And that's part of why we have the YouTube channel, so that we can put all of these there so that you can watch them over and over and over again, because I know that we are just that entertaining. But another reason that we have the channel is for the Lord's series, Messages in the Music, which, spoiler alert, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel or been on our Facebook page today, the latest video of his Messages in the Music just dropped this morning at 10 a.m. So you should absolutely go and watch it after you're done watching us be live tonight. So our next upcoming event is actually this Sunday. It is our next private stream, and we still have spots available. Now, for those of you who have not heard this commercial before, our private streams are very much like our public streams, except they are much deeper, and we offer our full range of services. And that is part of why it is private, because we want to make a deeper safe space to go into those deeper emotions that a lot of psychic work is about. So if you would like to book a spot with us for Valentine's Day evening, you can go to any of the aforementioned places that I have just told you about and book your spot. Every spot is $20, and that gets you the reading of your choice from the readers of your choice. And rather than have a limited number of spots, if you pay for a spot, you get a spot. That is how those work. Also, we will be starting to have more live streams for those of you that missed my fun announcement earlier this week. At the end of the month, I will be making an event for a date in March where I will be doing a live stream by myself that focuses solely on the energy work that I do. So if you would like to spend an evening with Spawn, that'll be your chance. And again, like our private streams, that will be $20 a head for an evening of energy work. Did I get everything?
Oh, did you pull up the PayPal link?
Oh, right.
Throw up that real quick.
This on your screen right now is our PayPal link, paypal.me/Fafnir and Spawn. That is the link that you can make any and all payments to us that you need to for future services and events. And also, if you would just like to tip us this evening for being so gosh darn entertaining, we would also always appreciate that. So.
Very good.
I did it.
Okay, and so next up we are doing Sheila. Is that correct?
We are doing Sheila. So, hello, Sheila. If you need a reminder, if you would like tarot, please pick the deck and a number between 1 and 78 or between 1 and 80 if you choose the Dark Shadows deck. And if you choose Oracle, then he will give you a completely different set of instructions.
Exactly. And say that after Sheila is who's coming up after Sheila?
It will be Sheila and then Chelsea and then Lydia, because they are all here.
Gotcha. Okay. So Chelsea and Lydia, get your questions and other stuff.
Also, Laurel says 100% on the nose. Lousy, but very accurate. This is true.
Oh, she's the one that says guts can fake it a few dozen times. Trust me. Okay.
Spawn alone, that sounds dangerous. Yeah, you know, should I really be left unsupervised? This was his idea.
I have faith in you. I trust you. Am I a fool?
Do you really want me to answer that question?
No, I really don't.
Okay. All right. So, yes. Good evening, Sheila. So, if you could give me deck and or number and which reader, or if you would prefer Oracle deck, let that one know.
I'm now that one. I'm that guy there.
Melissa says, yes, Dad's a fool.
Thank you, Melissa. I love you too, okay?
I think you also had a comment a while back about Dad being hot.
Thanks, sound guy, who says spawn alone at night can be very dangerous, and he would know because he lives with me.
Okay.
Here we have Sheila.
Dragon Tarot, both of us, number 23.
Indeed.
Whose turn is it with dragon cards?
We have not cracked your deck yet.
Then we will do that.
Dad's a fool, a foolish fool.
Foolish fool. Quick energy shuffle. Number 23.
Melissa, you only have to look at me to know that I am clearly nefarious and up to no good. Did the face work? Did it work?
You solemnly swear you were up to no good. Aha.
Shall I do the flippy flip?
I think let me get these in the right position here for the camera. Go for it.
Flippy flip.
All righty. So what we have here
For you this evening, Sheila.
we have the
there you go.
the inverted.
Here, I'm going to move this.
Yeah, go for it. The inverted number 2 High Priestess, the 6 of Coins, and last one is the Page of Wands. Page of Wands also doubling for the astrological sign Sagittarius. So element-wise, we have High Priestess, which really is kind of doesn't really carry an element. Earth for coins and fire for wands. We're getting a lot of fire and earth tonight.
Gosh, I can't imagine why.
Scorched earth policy going on here.
Eat some earth and wind.
Yeah. Earth, wind, and fire. Yes, exactly. But we don't have the wind. Well, we could say the fact that if you want to have life on earth, yeah, we want to have some sun. I suppose you can say that too. So again, Sagittarius. I don't know. Oh, Anna's here. Annie's here. Excellent.
Annie!
What was that?
That was sound guy.
Sound guy kind of like from the background. And this, by the way, this is the second of the High Priestess has come inverted.
It's true.
I wonder what that was because we used your deck for the other time we got this inverted card here.
That's very
So
true.
the power.
Excuse me.
So the power of the High Priestess is with you. The question is, do you want it? What is scaring you? Or is it the fact that you've just got so much going on right now that you just can't deal with this? Or it's just so overwhelming? I mean, again, turn this picture right side up. I mean, the High Priestess, the most powerful female card in the tarot deck, beautiful artwork. She's making the vat of brew by pouring in the rainbow from her chalice. She's got the scroll there, the recipe, the knowledge, everything going in there, which is meant to be blessed for you to imbibe with it yourself and then to give to others. But with great power comes great responsibility. Yes, I know I just quoted Spider-Man, but before you mentioned that. But there's an awful lot to be said with that. And the fact of, look at the 6 of Coins here. Here you are as a dragon. Show the little picture here.
Overwhelmed in life overall.
Here you have your little scales here of balance, and you're trying to balance them while you jump up and down. How's that working out for you?
It typically does not.
It typically doesn't. So, yeah, it appears that you are massively overwhelmed, and therefore the whole idea of right now, you're putting your high priestess power kind of like on the back burner. I don't think you're even really doing it, just because, again, you feel so overwhelmed just trying to get through the here and the now of this crappy earth we're dealing with.
Which I understand.
Yeah, really. Oh, yeah, there's nothing really major on the outside going on. Oh, there's not, like, say, a pandemic going on.
Absolutely not. Why would you say something silly like
Yeah,
that?
I mean, really. I mean, we haven't had a pandemic in like 100 years, right? I know. I'm going a little crazy myself.
Aren't we all?
And then here's the Page of Wands. Here comes the fire. Here comes the passion. Here comes the energy. But down here's a book. So if Sagittarius as a sign means nothing to you, basically saying that, yeah, there's more stuff for you to learn. Here you are as the dragon in the oasis, but you're spending the time of actually trying to pick up a new skill or trying to learn something, or maybe it was or relearning something that you actually once knew but now have actually forgotten.
Or another option.
Go for it.
It might not even... The book, as we all, I'm sure, understand, is in fact a metaphor. The book, I think, also could be you trying to exert control over your situation. And whether that is you actually taking time to learn a new hobby, revisit something, learn something new, whatever. The point is, I really see you trying to take the control back of your situation so that you are not bouncing up and down trying to keep your scales level anymore. What little control you can exercise over your current situation, you want to, and you're going to try to at the very least. Anything else there,
No,
Glasses Man?
No, that was actually quite good.
Thank you.
I thought
I
that.
do.
So.
I do try.
So, for clarification,
Ooh.
I draw the fourth card. The Queen of Cups, Scorpio, again rears its ugly head. This is the second time we've seen the Scorpio card. The Queen of Cups card has actually shown up.
Yes, it's very true.
Mm-hmm. And so now we have the water to balance out the earth and the fire, which is kind of nice, saying that the balance actually will return. Now, with a little bit of a preface here, in the fact of, you see in this picture here, the queen is not wearing her crown. She's getting a drink on her own. Rather than saying, minion, fetch me my chalice and to slake my thirst. Nah, you're just doing it yourself. Because to get some of that balance back in your life, essentially, is you have to basically take some control over things that you really like, for like more like expediency. It's just like, you know what? I'm thirsty, so I'll just get the damn drink myself.
Yep. Very much. Control and expediency.
Control and expediency. Right now, it's the little things.
Mm-hmm.
The bigger things are going to come later, but it's a start.
And the little things sometimes make the biggest difference.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to flip back to our faces. Flippity, flippity, flip.
All right.
Flippity, flip. So, Sheila, unless you have another question or anything you would like us to clarify, that is what we have for you. So, for those watching, we are going to do Chelsea, Lydia, and then Annie, and then we will revisit who's here and who isn't. Because I know, at the very least, that on the people that are on the not waiting room list, those are here.
Exactly. And yes, and right now there is room for all of them to get readings.
Sheila says thank you. You're welcome, Sheila.
You're welcome, Sheila.
Sheila, I think this was your first time joining us. Correct me if I'm wrong, but thank you so much. We always love newbies.
Shuffle the cards for the next time.
All right, Chelsea. You're up.
You're up, Chelsea.
You know what to do. So, like I said, Chelsea, Lydia, and then Annie. Now you tell a joke.
Dad joke.
I was going to say I'm looking at one, but that's besides the point.
Wow.
Oh, but and I know it can't be a joke because I didn't laugh.
Oh, and something before we get into Chelsea's reading that I just am going to say for everybody watching, something that is also incredibly helpful to us is if you go on our Facebook page and either recommend or give us a good review, because that helps boost us in the algorithm, which makes us more noticeable when people are searching for psychic services. So if you like us, if you like what you see, but perchance, perhaps you can't afford our services, or at the very least right now, you could do something that is also very helpful to us and give us a lovely review. So that would be absolutely ducky.
Except for all, we definitely need to be even noticed more often, don't we?
Notice me.
Okay, so Chelsea has a thing up there. You want to throw that?
Chelsea says, okay, well, I will be honest, I'm not doing okay, and I'm sure any deck will tell you that. I need help. I need something to get me back on track and just help. Either of you, whatever calls to you, number 16.
That called to me. Right there.
And away we go.
You get in dark shadows.
Do 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 do.
Stop.
For those of you that don't know what I'm doing, that's the Dark Shadows theme song.
Who was your biggest heartthrob? Was it David Selby or Jonathan Frid?
You're asking that to your lesbian daughter?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I did love David Selby, but that was mostly because Quentin was just a really fun character, and also I loved the werewolf transformations where you would watch him grow and shrink.
Shrink. The actor who was the werewolf was like a foot shorter than him.
But honestly, I think the actress that honestly I was really, really into Joan Bennett because I knew what she looked like in her younger days, and she was still a very attractive older lady.
Elizabeth Collins Stoddard, yeah, the original Elizabeth Collins Stoddard, yes.
Ha! I made Chelsea smile with my singing, so it was worth it. All right, I will do the
flip it. You'll love the first card. Death. Especially when this one came up on Dark Shadows, like, yes, somebody was about to die for real in this show. All right, and then on top of that, we have the star. So death and the star, and by the way, two more astrological signs. Death also being Scorpio again, and the star being Aquarius.
We're not in Scorpio.
No, Scorpio is in November.
That's what I thought.
We're in Pisces right now.
Yes, I was just trying to puzzle about like why are we getting so many Scorpio?
Oh no, we're still in Aquarius. Excuse me, we're in Aquarius.
Okay,
this is okay. So the star is for Aquarius. So I mean we'll be in Pisces next week, but right now we are still in Aquarius. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Okay. All right, and then the final one here is the 10 of Cups. And by the way, look at that. None of them are inverted. They're all facing up here.
Look at you, Chelsea. I think you've got the first non-inverts of the evening.
Okay. I mean, I'll be perfectly blunt. In the fact that you say
you always are. You
need help. That was a phrase you.
She needs help. She's a mess.
You're a mess. Okay.
So I'm guessing some of the progress that we've made has either backtracked a little bit or some other things have come up. Exactly.
So I'm going to basically tell you for the time being, at least for the next few minutes, just listen to me and just kind of like think about this. Forget for the moment what the hell is happening, earthbound conditions. Change is good. I'm going to say the old Supreme song, stop. In the name of love. Okay. But the idea of the fact of you have the death card and the star card, and the fact of you've got the end, and then of course you have the beautiful starlit night, starry, starry night. Referencing also Aquarius, which is right now.
Ooh.
Okay. You have to.
Other things have come up, job security things, triggering anxiety and mental health issues.
Exactly. So this is what I'm saying. Forget Earth right now. I want you, I don't know, and I don't normally say this right now. I would like you to essentially crawl back inside yourself. Crawl back into your own head and realize what the hell has made you happy and successful and why you enjoy being around, what makes life fulfilling for you, etc., etc. Because you have the death card saying time for a change. You have the star card, a reminder that now is the time to actually change the things that need to be changed. And the finale card, the 10 of cups, not inverted. So the thing is, these cups are all full for you. It is a transformation of your emotions. That's the whole point. Water and cups is for the heart and for emotions. And so this is for you. This is for you to basically find your emotional balance and kind of go, yeah, I mean, things on the outside may kind of stink, but the thing is, realize that, on the inside, you're a very strong, loving person.
And I know that you forget that.
And nothing on the outside can really tear you down unless you let it.
You have a habit of forgetting your own strength, Chelsea. So I'm going to be the other half of this and remind you of your coping skills. I will preface this by saying I am not a therapist or any kind of mental health professional. However, when your mother is a therapist and you have been in therapy for a while, you pick up on some things. So I know you and I have talked about this before, but just remember what your coping skills are. And if your coping skills are not working right now to help get you through the days, it's okay to find new ones. With everything that's gone down this year, a lot of my old symptoms came back, along with a lot of not so great coping mechanisms that I used to do. You will remember. But I found new ones that work. You might need to explore that. So that's the other half of the psychic program that is not actually psychic at all, but still just as important. Mental health is important, y'all.
But it does kind of fit into this too, in the fact of you didn't say anything that really went against what these things are saying as well.
No, I didn't. Just the other side of the coin. Because now is the time, yes, but you also have to take care of yourself while it is the time.
Mm-hmm. This is the time.
And Tawny.
But time is going to change.
And Tawny, dear, of course this whole thing is a sing-along.
You forget, we're both musicians as well. I'm a clairaudient. That's why I do the messages and the music, because I get these weird things that pop into my head music-wise. Chell
says, yeah, I need to find new ones. None are really working, nor are easily hideable at work. So I think that that's part of your mess, is that the coping skills that you were... Because I've had the same thing, where suddenly the coping skills that you literally depend on to get through your day are not working the way that they used to. And oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, let's all freak out now. Don't do the freaking out part. Just recognize it and try to find new coping skills that will help you. Yes, Carol, I think you are 100% bang on the money with that. Carol says, I think many of us are experiencing that mental health issue and have had to discover new coping skills. I think you are right.
Let's go for the clarifying here. Look at this. The Nine of Wands. Also not inverted. Regular facing there. Fire. It's the whole point of the internal passion and drive, motivation. So between the interior of the water, the interior of the fire, it basically is like, yeah, your coping skills, they come from within. They have to. But fire is that's your energy. It's like, it's the passion, it's the drive. That's your motivator, by the way.
You have so much drive. So, Chelsea, unless you have anything else to ask or to clarify about, I do believe that's that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't judge yourself and don't be ashamed. Just work on finding new coping skills that'll help you. And to answer Melissa's question real quick here, Melissa says, I used to get the messages and the music on my feed. Where can I find them now? So Facebook is really weird about what it will actually show you versus not show you on your actual news feed.
Ain't that the truth?
So one, yes, it is on our YouTube channel, and if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Lord Fafnir and Spawn Psychic Readers, you will be able to find it there. But also, it is on our Facebook page. They are all on our Facebook page. So if you go onto our Facebook page and look up videos, you will find them there as well. But I posted the latest one at 10 a.m. this morning. So if you just go to our Facebook page right now and scroll back through the feed, it should be sitting right there. Ooh, Lydia came prepared.
We like that. We love that, as a matter of fact.
All right.
What you got there? Let me give you your dark shadow deck back to you.
Let me just. Chell says, just need to reflect. Really, I think I'll have more to ask at the private read this weekend. Thank you.
Okay.
And we will look forward to seeing you at the private reading. If anybody else here wants to hang out with Chelsea at the private reading this weekend, you should contact us and book a spot. All right. So, Lord Fafnir, Lydia would like your dream oracle and the number 13 and a general reading.
Yep.
So this one is all you, bro.
Hang on. I thought I had the Dream Oracle deck out. I apparently didn't get it.
The Lord Fafnir now has to walk off camera because he wasn't prepared.
Oh, shut it.
Also, I kind of think it's hilarious that I can call you bro and you don't bat an eye.
Thought I had all the. I did have all the other Oracle decks. I just didn't have the Dumb Bloody Dream Oracle.
Dream.
Oh, shut it.
Dream.
Are you going back to the 50s there?
Dream.
Lisa's phone.
Dream when I want you.
Oh my God! Really? The Everly Brothers?
Well, yeah, that's one we actually do.
I
So I
know.
knew that one. I know that one.
Whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was the number?
13.
13. Oh, the Death card in Oracle versions.
Ooh. Yes, for those of you that don't know, we are clairaudient, but we also part of the reason why these are usually sing-alongs. But the other part of the reason is that we're in a singing group together, and so that song we actually do an a cappella version of that one. So that was one that I was like, ooh, I could just go into my alto part, and that would be great.
So Melissa asked about how long is it as an in-depth reading in our private stream? You want to give a quick answer to that before we actually get into Lydia's reading?
How long / in-depth is the private reading? So we do not time them, but they are about 20 to 30 minutes each, and we go as deep as you want us to go / as you will let us. This is one of those things where we have started recommending that depending on what you want to discuss, maybe bring some tissues to the stream. We have had some crying. We encourage crying and other emotion. It's a place to get your emotions out, and we sort of refer to it as like a group therapy kind of setting. So the other people that have purchased a reading will be able to see your reading, but nobody outside of that setting can and ever will. We very much value your privacy.
Mm-hmm.
So in answer to how deep it goes, how deep do you want it to go? How deep is your love? Sorry.
Oh boy, that's the Bee Gees now.
Yep.
How deep is your love? How deep is your love? I really need to learn. Never mind.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Lydia. Now we're getting serious for you.
General reading for Lydia. Now,
Yes.
I will preface before I do this, Lydia, with the Dream Oracle, because this is a different kind of deck than a lot of Oracle decks I've referred to, because there's several Dream Oracle decks out there. I got this one because, well, as the magician Merlin once said to Arthur, a dream to some, a nightmare to others. These cards aren't always very good. I mean, there's some great cards, by the way. There are also
The
some
artwork is lovely.
Artwork is lovely. There are some. Actually, I'd say most of them are kind of like are thought provoking. Some are just kind of going. Ugh. So yeah, sometimes you can get a rather interesting card. We're going to go one at a time here. Go ahead and turn it over.
Shall I do the flippy flip?
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Flip it over here.
We flip. Oh, that one's very pretty.
Yes, it does look pretty.
On the
I'll bring it a little
outside.
closer. Yeah, on the outside, exactly. Lottery. Bet on yourself. Now, I could basically say, what the hell does that mean? In the fact of, okay, I know you didn't ask a specific question. Bet on yourself is, I mean, that's pretty obvious in the fact of, okay, especially if you're thinking that right now, things are not going very good, or you don't really have a very good positive outlook of, especially in the short term. And gee, why would you? Because after all, with all the earthbound crap that we're going through, I mean, it's very, very easy to like let yourself fall into that muck right now. But this is also a time where you can actually really find the best in you. As what I've said a lot of times during readings, the pandemic and all the other crud we've been going through the last year or so, it brings out the best in some, it brings out the worst in others. And as an individual, you could say, sometimes it has brought the best out of me, sometimes it's brought the worst out of me. Okay. You recognize some inner strengths that you've had, or weaknesses that you've had that maybe didn't come to forefront before. And then you can basically kind of go, okay, if it's weaknesses, here's where I need to basically work on. If it's strengths, you go, aha, I didn't know I had this. I'm more versatile than I thought I was. Anyway, the lottery card basically, and by the way, oracle cards have a tendency of doing this. Their messages are very blunt. They may be general, but they're very blunt. Lottery, bet on yourself. So stop deluding yourself. Stop putting yourself down. Realize that you actually have all the tools you already need to accomplish that which you want to accomplish. Now, if you want to go a little further and say, well, I need some inspiration. Where do I draw this from? This is what the next one comes from. And I love this card, by the way. It says childhood home.
Oh, that's where I am right now.
Remember who you are, Simba.
Oh, okay, Mufasa.
Exactly. It says, remember where you're from and who you really are. That's why I did that, because actually, I'm quoting the Lion King here, but that's what the card says. It says, remember where you're from and who you really are, because that's something which has a tendency of being forgotten. Very much so. Or it can be. I mean, some people, well, you're still pretty young, so actually you remember your childhood home.
If by remember you mean I'm literally sitting in it.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, I could say from my point as watching you grow up, is in the fact of remember who you really are. You've wavered from time to time. I mean, there are times where you've really just kind of like gone away, and then you've kind of come back.
Well, you're also saying that like I've definitively known who I am this whole time.
Well, that was kind of my whole point, actually.
I have not definitively known who I am this whole time. You got to explore. And something that, I've kind of realized in my exploration is some things I had right the first time.
Mm-hmm.
What you got? I can't actually see. Oh.
Family.
There we go.
The family card, and it says on the bottom, it says explore your sacred root system. That's always a double-edged sword.
Yes.
Exploring your sacred root. I mean, you could say that, the stories love to basically say, families are all about love and togetherness.
Families are always great 100% of the time, and there has never been a bad family ever in the history of always.
That was very well spoken sarcastically.
Yeah, did you like that?
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, families are families, and what's the phrase of friends are God's apology for your family? I love that phrase. And where your family is coming from, and that you could say that, again, not saying there's anything good or bad about your own individual. I mean, obviously, you're an individual family. It could be maybe the Norman Rockwell type, or it could be the family from hell. Now, the reality is it's probably somewhere between the two of them, because that's where most families are. But the idea of explore your sacred root system, because again, your family, your core, and that sacred root system in there is what you are, and where you're coming from, and it's going to have some goods, and it's going to have some bad parts. And again, what do you do with that? It's like the whole concept of you're the gray Jedi. You've got some Sith, you've got some Jedi in you. So what do you do with it? Which side do you lean toward the most? The childhood home is always really the fact you've got the childhood home and the family. So the thing is, the lottery, betting on yourself, that's, to me, it's pretty obvious. This indication of those two cards coming back to back, the childhood home and the family, saying that there's probably, in your case, there's some stuff that you need to figure out or iron out or resolve. And maybe some things that you've buried in your past need to be brought forward. But realize that the primary card is still the bet on yourself. No matter where this goes, you're still going to come out on top. Would you like to add anything to that, by the way?
I think you handled that very beautifully.
Do you have any other questions, clarifying things? Since that's kind of like rambled for a bit.
Yes, I've put our faces back now.
Okay.
Carol's got a comment. Carol says, sometimes we have to stray a little to gain experience, but we usually come back to our roots, so to speak. And then Lydia says, thank you. This really helped. No other questions.
Well, I'm glad we were able to help you with that one. It's funny because sometimes I do these readings, I confuse myself. And the other person says, no, I totally get it. I'm like, well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Mind readers, we are not.
No, that is very true. So Annie, front and center.
Annie is next. And then after, what are we up to here?
So after Annie, I'm going to take roll call, and then if those people are not present, I am going to just move to the waiting room.
We go to the wait list, yes.
There are only so many roll calls that I do.
Understood that one.
And what does Melissa say? Melissa says, I once revisited my home life and family. That taught me a lot. I needed to forgive and or let go. I was reminded of the positive change I changed within my small family and what I needed to work on. And again, I'm not quite sure what that last sentence is. Yay, typos. But yes, so Annie, pick a deck, pick a reader, pick a number, and a question.
I was going to say, and because if you don't, we'll start singing again.
What are we going to sing this time?
She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nope.
I like the Beatles.
You could have picked any Beatles song, and that was the one you went with.
Love, love me do.
Okay, that one's worse.
Exactly.
I'd like to be under the sea.
I like that song.
Me too. That one's better.
We all live in a yellow submarine.
We wrote this while we were high. We wrote this while we were high.
Did you ever see the movie?
No.
Oh, you ought to. Talk about a cartoon acid trip.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's yeah.
Annie, where are you? I saw you just a moment ago.
I'll start singing Annie's song, the John Denver. You fill up my senses.
Or
not.
Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
Oh.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's better than John Denver. Okay, here we go. I think she just threw something up there. Oh, you put that comment on about the yellow submarine comment. That's just
Tawny says no yellow submarine.
Okay, so what's Annie's thing there?
Annie, whichever deck speaks to us. Annie, do you have a question? And also, we need a number. Number between 1 and 78. Oh, I was in Annie the musical. I hate that musical now because of it.
Oh, Annie get her gun. Annie
I
gets her gun.
do love that musical.
Yes, that's a good one.
Anything you can do, I can do. But we used to do that all the time in the car when I was a kid. We used to do that song all the time.
Go ahead, start it. Just
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
no, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Anything you can say, I can say better. Sooner or later, I'm greater than you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. All right, enough of this. All right, so 19.
19.
And she said, whatever deck,
Yes.
I'm picking your dragon cards.
You do that.
All right.
Did you shuffle them again after the fact?
Oh, no, I did not.
You should do that.
I should do that real quick.
He should do that. Shuffling between uses is very important. You Can't Get a Man with a Gun was always really, really funny to me. I spent years trying to perfect my Ethel Merman twang because she was my first experience with Annie Get Your Gun. And so I just automatically, to this day, I still try, oh, you can't get a man with a gun. Like, I still try to Ethel Merman
So
it.
count your sheep, mama's singing you to sleep with a moonshine lullaby. Oh, God, yes. Were you were there when we saw it on stage, by the way?
Yeah, I was there.
I thought so. That was actually kind of like,
Yeah, that was very good.
we'll have an old-fashioned wedding.
Lay the cards down.
Exactly.
Oh, I love Tawny's comment. No shuffling, only yeeting.
Only yeeting. I like that.
Yeet, 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 yeet.
Okay.
Flippy flip.
Flip it over.
All right, here you go, Annie.
Alrighty. I know we've had a lot of fun at your expense. Now let's get serious. Okay, so we have the inverted Queen of Wands. Leo, fire. We have number 9, the Hermit, and we have the inverted 4 of Swords. She's just looking for a direction to go.
Mm-hmm.
I can see why she's just kind of asked that.
Well, she told me, so spoiler alert, Annie and I are personal friends. She told me some pretty big news the other day, and I completely understand why her cards would look like this now.
Okay, so don't tell me, in other words, right?
I will not tell you.
Okay. Well, it's none of my damn business for one thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I mean, does Leo have a is that something with, is she a Leo?
So Annie, does Leo mean anything to you? I mean, you know, besides me, because I'm a wonderful Leo in your life.
The Leo fire energy, and I'm playing stereotype right now, but the thing is, it's they look at my fire. I am just so gorgeous. Just praise me with my fire.
Are you stereotyping me?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Well, I'm stereotyping all Leos, like I do with well Aries is.
Okay.
Look at my flame.
Annie's sister is, and she is a Scorpio.
Scorpio. Okay. With all the other Scorpio cards that have come up, and she didn't get one.
Yeah,
No,
right.
She gets the Leo card. All right. You've just got too flippin' much going on.
That's for sure.
Okay. And right now, you are at the point where you are, if you don't, what's the commercial? Want to get away? If you don't get away, you're going to basically scream. You're going to have a shit fit. Yeah. I mean, you're just, you're ready to actually, you know, proverbially, you know, put your fist through the wall. You've hit that point, that explosive point where you're about to lose control. So I'd say, please don't. But you know, you have between the inverted Queen of Wands and the inverted 4 of Swords, you've got the fire, which is the Leo fire, which unless you're controlling it, can get way out of control. That's the whole point of the inversion. And then the 4 of Swords card over here, show the picture here with basically with the 4 swords. Well, 3 of them, the dragon's holding in his talon. The 4th one is balanced on the tip of his nose here. Indication that you're just way overtaxed. So the middle card here, number 9, the Hermit, that essentially is your salvation. Is the fact of it's just let me have a vacation. Proverbial, probably not necessarily physical, but the thing is, it's you, dragon, pulling away from civilization here and getting on that little rock there and just cleansing yourself. We all have to do this from time to time. This is perfectly healthy, by the way. And this was the one card that did not come inverted. So this is actually the healthy son of the Hermit, where it's you being able to pull away and just leave everything else temporarily to go and deal with itself. You're pulling away, you're healing, you're regrouping, you're getting your energy cells recharged. You have your little light here as a reminder that you can't stay there forever. And when your cells are recharged, that as much as you don't want to, you get to go back and start again. The whole point of the symbol here, that's the chapel symbol over your head saying that, yes, your angels have blessed you. You need to do this. You need to heal because you are not in a very healthy situation right because you're trying to do too much too fast. And it's just exhausting. So rest. You need it. Now, do you want to add to that?
Yes. Now that the unbiased person is done doing the thing.
Okay, go for it.
So with my biased knowledge, which by the way, I am not saying anything here on a public stream. To anybody that is confused, it is not our place to air someone's dirty laundry publicly. If they want to make comments about it, they are more than welcome to do so, but we will never say details. But based off of what I know, 1, Dad is spot on, but 2, it's a good thing that this is happening. And the Hermit is exactly where you need to be right now. As hard as it is going to be, because it's not going to be easy, it's going to be difficult, but it is precisely where you need to be right now. So basically take everything that Dad said in, because he is, from where I'm sitting and from where you're sitting, I know that he's sounding pretty spot on in this moment.
If you could take a vacation right now, where would you go?
Oh my God, that's such a hard question to answer now because I'm like in the COVID mindset. I'm like, wait, you mean I could like travel somewhere?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, suspend disbelief here. I mean, this way, even if it was like in your mind, a place that, that may physically exist or may not physically exist, but a place that you could go safely and enjoy. And maybe with COVID, you could do it for real. But let's I mean, just.
Oh well, I mean, if you're giving me that kind of hypothetical, the place that I want to go, I can't because it doesn't exist anymore, and
okay.
it might never have existed in the first place.
We'll have to talk about that at some point. I'm kind of curious what that is.
I think you know what it is.
To a point, yes, but I'm not totally sure. But anyway, okay, how about a real place?
Well, I mean, honestly, it was weird not going to Long Beach Island this year, and I was very, very uncomfortable with it. Like, we had a very, very good reason for it. COVID is the best reason of all.
Oh yeah,
but you know, it just that is a vacation that I've been going on every single year of my life, including the one where Mom was pregnant with me. So, you know, it felt very weird
not being there.
And I would like to go back. Oh, let me see. We've got Bahamas.
What I see is a Scotland.
Japan. Scotland. But where is Japan?
Okay, let's move on.
Yes. All right.
Final roll call.
Final roll call
the-
of the non-waiting room is Laurie Smith, Misty Denson, and Renee Claude P. Talifer, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
None of you have checked in, and this is your last chance, because if not, we have 3 people on the wait list who are going to get your spots.
Bingo.
Yes, they are.
That being, you got the list. Who's on the waiting list about to get readings?
If you are still here, we have Tara Faye Buster Vincent, Rachel Duncan, and Melanie B. Thomas. And I believe that Rachel and Melanie are still here. I haven't seen a comment from Tara Faye in a while, though. Yay! Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo. All right.
Okay, so yes, Rachel and Melanie are definitely here. And then Tawny also wanted to be added to the list too, I do believe.
Yes, if our other person doesn't show up, then we will throw Tawny in
Yes,
there.
Tawny with Japan.
She went even so far as to give a deck and a number already.
Yeah, she was
Why
on
wait
it.
39?
Okay, well, so let's move forward with Rachel and Melanie, and then
If Tara Faye has not made herself known, then we will do
then we get to Tawny.
will close it out with Tawny.
All right, Rachel.
Julianne, you can have one next month, or just message us later.
Exactly. Rachel, you are up. And then Melanie. Do. Anyone see the new Jeopardy now that Alex Trebek has been replaced?
No, I don't like the new host as like.
Oh, so you have seen the new host?
Well, no, I saw him when he was a contestant on Jeopardy, because that was why he got the job. Is like he was one of like the most highest scoring contestants that Jeopardy's ever had.
Oh my. Okay.
Oh dear. Rachel says, long story short, lost my husband in October. I'm pretty lost.
Yeah, that could do it.
So, any deck, both readers, and 9.
All right, we're going dragon on this one. I'm gonna use my dragon cards.
But yeah, no, I suppose I could give him a shot, but I just remember when I saw like the episodes that he was on, I was just like, you're very smug. I mean, a lot of the contestants were very smug, but
Well, it just reminds me in the fact of it's when Alex Trebek took over from I forget who the first guy was who was the host of Jeopardy before him, and yeah, it took a bit for people to get used to the new guy.
Change is hard.
Uh-huh. It's just like people didn't like Johnny Carson when he took over for Jack Parr. Look how that turned out.
Do you know how many people my age don't even know the name Johnny Carson?
That's scary. It really is.
Even fewer know Jack Parr. In your age group.
Yeah, it's true.
Your history.
And yes, we are also very sorry for your loss, Rachel. The comments have.
Look what I turned up here.
Oh, I will do the.
She picked the number.
I will do the flip.
Alrighty. Do. So we have here the world, number 21. The inverted Knight of Coins, which I will turn around so you can see the picture. And then the Ace of Coins. So both suits of coins for Earth, for physical manifestation. The world carries no specific element. It's kind of all elements, to tell you the truth. Then in numbers, we have 21, 2 and 1 make 3, the number of emotion and love. And of course, 1, the number for new beginning. And Knight always represents change.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I got to say.
That's heavy.
All right.
This is a heavy one.
Especially the connotation of devolving the information that you've actually mentioned, the fact that you feel lost because, yes, you've lost your husband. All right. Well, kind of give it more from a generic perspective first, and then I'll kind of like bring it back to your specifics. The world is one of the hardest cards to interpret because it is the ultimate in yin and yang. The world is beautiful, and the world is a pain in the ass. Because as you see here, bring the card a little closer to the camera here. You see here the dragon is basically circling and holding the world. But just by that pose, you cannot tell whether this dragon is playing that old bad pop song from the 70s, I've got the whole world in my arms, or is that dragon more like the Greek god Atlas, punished by Zeus to hold the world up and going, this thing is freaking heavy?
I'm going to guess that's the latter.
Well, like I said, the world is both. It's a pain and a pleasure.
But right now, and especially then,
Yeah.
because this has been going on for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
The world has been heavy for a while.
And the thing is, and the number is an emotional number. And the thing is, and that does, and obviously emotional numbers doesn't always mean love is always positive. It's like you could be feeling just the absolute what?
She says he felt like my balance.
And of course, the whole point of the emotional number there, it's like emotions are positive and negative as well. That's the way it is. Then we have the second card here. Yes, it was inverted, but I don't think it really makes that much of a difference here. The Knight of Coins. Knights representing change. This one, Knights obviously representing the soldiers. You see here the picture of this one. This dragon is essentially, this is the century. This is the dragon of defense. He's not going anywhere. Now, what you probably can't see because dealing with cameras here.
Here.
I was going to say.
Let me help you there. Let me help you.
Well,
there.
I'm saying so it gets a little more in focus. Ah, there you go. What did you do?
I'm just holding it flatter.
Oh, now it's out of focus again.
It's hard.
All right. Anyway,
Pull it back a little bit. It's too close.
Here, there's a teeny little dragon on this dragon's tail. So basically is that the larger dragon here, what is he defending? He's defending those who can't defend themselves, the baby dragon. Representation of family, friends, lovers, etc. And then this one, the Ace of Coins, this one came over once before tonight. And again, it's the whole idea of the new beginning, of the dragon leaving the cave. And the white rose in front of the cave here being the signal or symbol that this is what this dragon is meant to do. Get the hell out of the cave and start something new moving forward. You feel lost. I totally understand that because essentially
makes perfect sense.
You've been right. The world to you, it was a crushing blow to lose your husband, no doubt about that. You have been playing the Knight of Coins ever since. You're in that hunkered down defensive mode. No one's going to move you. It's just, you're just trying to just get through one day to the next, but there's like no real motivation for you to actually move from that. And so obviously we cannot take the emotional pain away from you, but the cards are saying, this last card is, this is now the time for you to actually start something new. It is time for you to get out of the cave and basically rejoin the rest of the world, rejoin the rest of what you've basically withdrawn from.
Now, it's not telling you to do a cannonball into the pool of life.
That's a new one. I hadn't heard that one.
Use the stairs to walk.
Use the Force, Luke.
Use the stairs with the nice railing to help slowly maneuver yourself into the pool of life. But you know what I mean when I say that.
Oh, and Rachel has another comment.
And no idea who I am as just me. That is one of the biggest things that, personally for me, when I do couples readings, that's honestly one of the biggest things that I've talked about, because I've done a few readings where there has been a wife losing a husband or vice versa. And there always seems to be that I have no idea what to do now. I have no idea who I am outside of, who I am outside of this relationship, who I was outside of this marriage, who I was outside of this person. You were a person before your husband, and you're still a person. You were a person before your husband, you were a person during your marriage, and you are still a person now. It's just a matter of reconnecting with who that person was and recognizing how that person has changed. Because for me, I am not a huge fan of the way that our society, does that whole thing of if you're not with someone, you're not a complete person. I hate that. Where you're two halves of a whole. I call bullshit. It might also be because I am poly. But every single human is a fully realized human all on their own. They just choose to be in a relationship.
Yes, it's actually, and I'll throw a little Christianity at you. It's like I used to sing at a lot of weddings, and I can still remember. I knew an awful lot of the various Christian wedding rituals, and there was the Catholic wedding ritual of the bride, the groom coming with their individual lit candles, and there was the communal candle in the middle, and they would take their candles, they would light the candle in the middle, take their individual candles and blow them out and put them back on their old stands.
Which is weird.
Which is a really, really bad metaphor. And then the Episcopalians did it differently. They actually did the same thing where they would take their individual lit candles, go light the communal candle, and then the priest would say, now take your candles, your individual candles, and return them fully lit to their stands as a reminder that yes, you are a couple, but you also are two separate individuals. And I'm looking at that kind of going, that one has it right.
Yes, that is much better.
You
are your own fully realized person. You were before, you were during, you are now. It's just that you've forgotten who that person is, so you need to get in touch with them again. Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
So if you have anything else, let us know. But if not, we are going to move on to Melanie and then to Tawny, because Tarafe has not commented again.
Okay. Well, all right, Melanie, you are up. And then as long as Tawny is still here, then...
Tawny already had the foresight to tell us what deck and number.
We'll have to go back and find that comment. It's been a bit.
I remembered.
Oh, you did?
But
okay.
It's also one of the decks that you haven't gotten out of your bucket. She wants the writer.
Oh, all right.
And 39.
And 39.
Okay, so Melanie, what's she saying there?
Yes, Tawny, you will be. You will be.
You will be.
You don't have to wait until next month. It turns out we could squeeze you in.
Don't worry, Master Yoda. I'm not afraid. You will be. You will be.
All right. Melanie says, any deck, both, and number 34, turning 34 on March 26th.
Ooh.
Happy almost birthday.
Happy almost birthday. On March 26th. Oh, you're an Aries. Oh, man. God,
you
really?
gotta watch out for them, don't you?
God, really?
The King of Fire. And the Queen of Fire.
Look at my flame. Ah, but the candle that burns twice as bright lasts half as long.
All right. All right, what deck shall we do?
Let's see. What are you feeling? I picked almost all the decks. What are you feeling this time? Funny, I was thinking the same thing, but I wanted you to come up with that one.
Shuffle.
What was the number?
34.
34.
Remember, she's turning 34 on the 26th.
34 on 26.
Whoops, I made the camera do a wobble.
Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
I fixed it.
You fixed it. Alrighty.
I did do a slam, Tawny.
Ah, she says proud Aries, LOL. Oh, so you are a narcissist then. And by the way, being a narcissist isn't necessarily good or bad. It just means you have self-love.
We poke Jesus Christ. We poke fun lovingly. There we go. My God. We poke love funningly. Jesus.
Good thing you don't talk for it.
Really? Alrighty. 34. 3 and 4 make 7.
Do,
Oh,
interesting.
Oh, interesting, and interesting. The Dark Shadows, the Swiss 1/1J deck you get. And you have...
So for anybody that's actually Dark Shadows fans, you get to look at one of the cards that they used the most during that show right there. Look, it's the Hanging Man.
The Hanging Man, or Le Pendu in the à la français.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the Knight of Swords and the King of Wands. This is really an interesting combination.
It sure is.
So, by the way, we are keeping with one theme tonight. The fact of we're mixing the fire with things which are not water based. We had a whole bunch of earth and fire. Now we have air and fire.
So she is Aries, but married a Gemini.
Air and fire again.
Indeed. Does he fan your flames?
So we have, the only number is 12. 1 and 2 make 3 again.
Love, love, love. No.
I was going to say, it's funny that he looks dead in this one. In the fact of,
or very knocked out,
or something or whatever.
Very unconscious.
This is the whole.
Well, they always used that one to be scary in the show, which
I know they did.
Funny because it's not very scary.
Right, the card itself is not scary. I mean, the fact that you could say the original hanged man from the ankle position before, it was more of an original medieval public humiliation thing, but it was temporary. But the thing is,
when I asked him if he fans her flames, oh God, yes, in a good way and bad ways.
Ote. I was gonna say, shall we bring the sex cards out for this one too to finish off a little bit? Okay, so let's get serious here. We've got the whole concept of we have the number for emotion, and then we have air, and then we have fire along with that. The hanged man, hanging dragon, depending on what deck you're dealing with right here. Again, it's the fact of it is that whole idea of you've been through crap, and now it's what do you do in the aftermath? Because that's really what this comes down to, is the fact of what do you want to deal with in the aftermath of the junk that you've been through. The change is coming predominantly from the sword. The sword being the air, the sword being the thought process. You get to think your way out of this one. How do you want to deal with the aftermath of the crap that you've been through? Okay, change. All right, but the thing is, in this case, the change is really coming from your thought process. You're going to logically think your way out of this one. And the final one here, basically the King of Wands, the King of Fire. You can see in this picture, he's just kind of sitting there. He's not really doing anything.
No, he doesn't look particular. He
looks almost like a little disinterested, as a matter of fact. But the idea is the fact
he's almost bored.
But the fact of, okay, again, remember in this case, air and fire are very compatible. Air is a fuel to fire. Essentially, what this is telling me is the fact of this King of Fire here, this King of Wands. He's like, okay, all right, I'll give you your energy. I'll give you your fire. What's up?
She says, oh, yes, 3 years of nightmares. Glad there's good change, I think.
Mm-hmm. Basically, your fire and your passion, essentially, it's like it's telling me the fact of, okay, it's there. But the thing is, the thoughts are actually harnessing the fire. Is that in this case, it's this middle card here, which makes the damn difference. This is the driving force, not the fire. The fire may be the energy, but it's not the driving force. You are really using your head to get yourself out of this one. Change is good, but the thing is, this also is a way for you to sign the effect of, okay, if you've had 3 years of nightmares, it's time for you to basically say to your inner self, your sleeping self, all right, I'm done with this crap. I don't need this.
Well, that is way easier said than
Of
done.
course it is. Of course it's way easier said than done.
I keep manifesting positivity and I'm working hard on success. Those are 2 good steps.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you want to chime in on that?
On
any of them?
Oh my goodness.
I just drew this because I kind of went, where are we going with this, by the way?
Well,
another night of water.
I think that you've been very spot on thus far. And now we must defend and I think this one is sort of talking about defending the position that you're in and the position that you want to be, because you're talking about the good change that you are currently trying to manifest in your life, which is excellent practice. Good job. Keep doing that. But now you have to sort of defend that and make sure that nothing is going to come along and ruin it. And I say this to you while also telling you to remind yourself progress is not linear. There will be backslides.
Oh, yeah.
There will be pitfalls. There will be some messiness. Part of defending your emotions is defending them from you and not letting you beat yourself up when things go awry. Because we have a habit of doing that when we make change and then don't stick to it perfectly.
No.
Yes.
Really?
So for that as a clarifying card, you're doing excellent. Keep on the path that you're on. And also don't beat yourself up if there's a little bit of regression. Progression is not linear.
Because what you've had a tendency of doing is that you keep going back to this one. The starting point.
Yes, because she just said it. She's not letting go.
Right.
You have to let go.
This card here for you is the problem card. That's why the basic one here is this. This is you getting yourself out of the problem using your own head
over and over and over again, and then you do this,
and then you flip back over to here.
You get yourself into a good place. Maintenance on good place is not as fun, and then this back to here.
Mm-hmm. This is not comfortable, but it is. In the fact of, I know this sounds...
Gilded cages.
Gilded cage, where the fact of it's a jail cell, but the thing is you're used to it. Therefore, it's not comfortable, but it's known. And that's why this is the step that you have to break. It's like you don't
break the frame that you keep hanging yourself on.
You don't want to go back to that. You have all the tools you need, air, fire, water, to basically get yourself out of this doldrums. But if you're not going to let go, you just return back.
The starting points were a lot of death in the family and health issues last year, sibling battle, cancer, and so far has won. You can't let it win. You still have to carry on through all of that.
It's ironic in the fact of her comment there is referring to earthbound conditions.
I know, and we're not.
And there's not one earth card here. She has all the other elements.
I don't want to say something. Oh, one.
Oh, she won her battle.
That's good. Excellent. But also, I'm going to say something that might sound harsh, and I don't mean it to come off harshly, but you're speaking of earthly conditions, and we are not, so I'm gonna maybe call you out a little bit on trying to make excuses for why you keep winding up back over there. And don't make excuses about it. Just know what you need to do in order to get out of the cycle. Anything else, Mr. Glasses Man?
Mr. Glasses Man?
Yes, I'm running out of weird names to call you.
Why don't you call me Mr. Sandman? I'll bring you a dream.
Oh, we sing that one too. Should I start that one?
Well, we should have done it when I was doing the Dream Oracle. I didn't even think about that. Now
No,
it's-
no,
now-
like because I was doing dream.
Yeah, now it's too late. Yeah, exactly.
This year, different me time.
Yeah, exactly. This should be time for you.
All right.
All right. Now we are on to Japan.
Japan.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Tawny, you're up.
So
Oh, that's right.
you have to get the deck.
Yeah. What was the number?
39.
And what was the question? I don't remember the comment anymore.
Let me
Let me go get the rider deck.
Ba, 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 ba.
The deck that almost no one asks for anymore.
Gosh, scrolling up.
Bum, 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 bum.
I missed it, I think, somewhere in the thingy. Let me see. I keep missing it.
So you can't actually look for this like one name and search for all the comments that Tawny has put down.
Right, that would be...
Thank you, Tawny. I said general reading.
Excellent. Oh, I found it. Look, I found it.
Oh, and you were to be the starting point.
Yes.
Spawn.
It's
So
me.
I'll do the physical part here, and you can do the yakety yak.
Oh, wait. Matt. Oh, you want Matt to do the reading, Tawny? We can get him. For anybody just joining us, you are actually joining us at the tail end of this reading. This is the last reading that we are doing this evening, but we do one of these streams per month. So if you are interested in having a free reading from us, you can sign up for our next free reading stream.
39, right?
39. Next month. It is usually sometime in the middle of the month. We like to be consistent that way. So... What, Tawny? You don't want Matt to do the reading?
Oh my God! Really?
Hi, Mary. And I just saw your comment. Sometimes you can miss things when you're trying to look at 4 different screens at once. I am not getting anything overly from you for the universe in a romantic sense. But, if you want to, you can always message us and talk psychic stuff with us. We love you and we miss you. Okay, can I just have
Do you have a hot look at this before you turn the
I will
camera
flip,
over?
but also I'm going to look at them before I actually start
Okay, well, so
talking.
they're all inverted for one thing.
Yes, so for those of you that don't know, the way that we have these set up, the cards are directly in front of Dad, so anytime I want to look at them, I have to do like this weird lean over.
So you've got the inverted Four of Wands, the inverted Queen of Pentacles, and the inverted Queen of Swords. And now that I say they're inverted, I'll turn them all around so you actually can see the picture better.
That's so lovely of you. Thank you. So first of all, Tawny, I like you because I'm willing to read you from this deck. Personally, I do not like the Rider-Waite just because it doesn't quite jive with my brain the way I would like it to.
Taurus and Aquarius. Remember, we're in Aquarius right now.
Yes. So Tawny wants something general. So
we have fire, we have earth, and we have air for elements.
So fire and energy speaking, number 4, initial completion here. There is something in your passions and your energy. There was an initial completion here.
See the celebration here too?
Yes.
That's that's the 2 people coming going, yoo-hoo!
Phase 1 of something is complete. Let's party about it.
Yep.
We like that. Let's have a good. I miss having I'm an introvert and I miss having parties. It's weird. Well, isn't this a lovely scene to be had? For sure.
The contemplative queen.
You are currently the Queen of Pentacles, so you are currently the Queen of the Earth. Many earthly concerns in your world right now. And that is okay, because this queen seems to have an understanding of balance, kind of in a way that you do. You better than most, you are able to balance earthly things, emotional things, energy things, brain things, spiritual things. You are able to enact the balance better than most.
Brain things.
Brain things. Look, okay, we've been going at this for
about 2.5 hours, I know.
And I'm starting to get a bit punchy.
Starting?
I will throw the rest of this water on you. And then we have the Queen of Swords. So you are the Queen of Earth, but also the Queen of the Air, the Queen of your brain. What is it that you are contemplating? What is your next move going to be? Where do you go from here? Well then!
See, I find this picture fascinating.
Me too.
Well, also the fact of addition is that if you look at the picture
The
here,
solitary bird in the background I always find quite interesting.
well, remember also Aquarius as a sign, because this also doubles for Aquarius. Aquarius also has that whole concept of mixture of the water with the air, but this card doesn't show it.
Crystal Breedman, trolls are not accepted on this stream. Quit trying to poach our clients and go get your own.
Actually, we haven't had that many trolls tonight.
No, we've only had 4.
Like one of the first times we hit like 14 or whatever.
Yes. Anywho, getting back to it. So you were saying?
Oh, I said that this card actually doesn't show the mixture. This is the very contemplative.
Yes.
Like contemplative for earth, contemplative for air. It's just like and the solitary bird that going.
I find that very interesting, because there's a lot of solitary contemplation, which is not bad, because this is more transitioning for you. Yay! Aren't you so excited, Tawny? I'm sure that's exactly what you want. I hope that's exactly what you want, because that's what you're gonna get.
However, you add this from an astrology point of view. You now have Scorpio. You have water. Now you have a balance. You have earth, air, fire, water. One of each.
Mm-hmm. I know you worry a lot, Tawny. And that's okay, because the worrying right now is not one of those worrying that isn't going to get you somewhere. This is going to get you to a transition. And judging by the you just commented, that doesn't sound like this is an exciting transition. Nonetheless, it's happening.
Well, I mean, consider this much. You start out with a hey, our next thing is over. We won. Woohoo! Hey, that's kind of cool. All right. So it's the whole contemplative aspect of where do I want to go from here. The death card is just basically saying that, okay, yeah, you can't live on your past laurels. You have to move on and start something new here. And what's the problem? Because I bring the balance, which is absolutely true. People hate the death card because they think, oh my God, I'm going to die. Well, guess what? We're all going to die someday.
Well, I'm thinking that the initial celebration, getting to here, we kind of realized that either, oh shit, this isn't what I thought it was, or oh shit, turns out I don't actually want this. That is definitely the feel I'm getting, and the comments are kind of backing it up on that front.
Mm-hmm. So yes, change is good. And the thing is, if you're someone who actually, you say you love the death card, that's one of her comments.
I love the death card too.
I do. I mean, it's change can be scary. Change can also be very eye-opening. And frankly, it's the fact of, if you're spending so much time here being so thought-provoking, maybe it's time for you actually to unleash all those plans that you've been formulating. If not, it's the whole point of, it's that little kick in the ass saying that, okay, it's time for me to stop just thinking about it. It's time for me to actually start doing it.
Do the change. You like change? Cool. Do the change. Don't ugh it. Do it. Yay! Stop worrying. Do the thing. Action! Less worry, more action.
Everything will be as it's meant to be.
He put that much more succinctly than I did.
I didn't say everything will come out right, because after all, right is
subjective.
But everything will be as it's meant to be.
And on that note,
commercial time.
Well, unless Tawny has anything else that she would like to chime in, this was the last reading of the evening, which means it is the last reading of our February free live stream. And wasn't that lovely?
It was, as I'm yawning through your statement.
Yes, Tawny, that's exactly what I'm telling you. Absolutely. Hey, if that's what you want to do, go do it. No judgment. Although, you know, I would just check out the business aspect of it first. All right. So before we close out for the evening, we will do one last round of commercial. So, hello. We are Lord Fafnir and Spawn Psychic Readers, and our website is currently on your screen right now, www.fafnirandspawn.com. We also have a Facebook page, Lord Fafnir and Spawn Psychic Readers. You can book services, readings, whatever you like with us. Both places are Facebook and our website. If you book with our Facebook, we have a fancy schmancy book now button that lists all of our services and our prices and will honestly put you right into our calendar. It is very convenient and user intuitive. If you would like daily psychic wisdom, follow us on Instagram at Fafnir and Spawn, where we do daily draws. So if you're looking for a little daily wisdom, find it there. If you want to watch our live streams over and over and over again, because we are just that entertaining, find us on YouTube at Lord Fafnir and Spawn Psychic Readers, where we also post the Lord series, Messages in the Music, which another one of those just dropped this morning at 10 a.m. It is on our YouTube channel and is also on our Facebook page. Go find it, go watch it, go love it. They're excellent. Our next event coming up is this Sunday, Valentine's Day evening. It'll be our private reading stream, and we still have spots available. If you would like to have a reading from our, the rest of our library of services that we offer, that is the place for you to do it. It is $20 per person, per spot, and any reader you want, any reading that we offer. And unlike our public streams, there are no caps on how many readings we do. We go until we are done.
Yes.
And also, coming soon, there will be more live streams where we will be separate. By the end of the month, I will be making a Facebook event for sometime in March where I will be doing a solo live stream focusing exclusively on the energy work that I do. So if you would like to spend an evening with Spawn and get some energy work done, that is the place for you.
And maybe you'd like to at some point spend an evening just with me, and we'll do something like, numerology or palm readings. And
for those of you that have been interested in the classes that we've mentioned before,
yes,
we are currently writing curricula. So
Is that the plural of curriculum? Is curricula?
It is.
Okay.
So keep an eye out.
We haven't heard that from you in a while. There's a reason why.
So keep an eye out. And also, one last time, this is our PayPal link where you can pay us for our services, and this is also where you pay us to book a spot for any of our paid events. Also, if you like what you saw and would just like to tip us for how entertaining and amazingly accurate we are, we would also greatly appreciate that. PayPal.me/Fafnir and Spawn. I did it!
You did it! Yay!
So I think that's everything.
So yes, book a spot for Sunday. It's Valentine's. And the messages and the music that was dropped today, that also has a Valentine's theme. Makes you think there's a holiday coming up.
You don't say.
Yeah, President's Day is Monday.
Also, please leave a review on our Facebook page because good reviews help boost us in the algorithm. The algorithm will be the death of us all, I tell you that. And so, thank you, every single person who came, who watched, who participated. As I say in every stream, without you guys, we wouldn't be doing this.
This is very true.
We would not do this without an audience. So the fact that you want us to keep coming back and doing this is very much appreciated.
And the fact that we keep adding more and more stuff is because you guys are asking for it.
That is very true. And on that note,
Merry meet,
merry
merry part,
and
and merry meet again. We'll see you soon.